Hi, I'm Robert Begley, day 442 of my video challenge. Raoul Wallenberg. A couple of weeks ago, I had no idea who this man was. But thanks to my buddy Andy, who sometimes forces me to cover a hero that I'm not familiar with, I'm grateful. It might be because Andy's Jewish and I'm not, and this man was a hero to at least 10,000, possibly 100,000 Jews who were in Nazi occupied Hungary, Budapest in particular, during from July to December 1944. Wallenberg was a Swede from Sweden, Stockholm, but he studied architecture in America, University of Michigan. So he had some idea of what Americans were about, and he had some idea about liberty and justice. And at one point, he studied architecture, but at one point during World War II, his family was powerful. They were some bankers, and had some influence, diplomatic influence. And I'm not really clear if it was the Americans who suggested that he do this, go to Budapest and try to help out basically the Jews who were just being herded into trains to go to get to concentration camps to be killed. What Wallenberg did was he came up with this idea of having a Swedish passport that would exempt these people, these Jews, from being sent away, effectively calling them Swedish citizens. And he took up several buildings in Budapest, put the Swedish flags on it, drove around with a car that had Swedish. Sweden was neutral in the war. So, and because of that, and also because they were bankers and there were some financial incentives to make it as vague as possible, force not all the Nazis to act strictly. But Eichmann, the number one person who wanted to solve the Jewish problem, was right there too. So they butted heads. There's a good documentary on him, made in the mid 1980s with Richard Chamberlain, a two-part film, like made-for-TV film. Highly recommend that. So anyway, Raoul Wallenberg, he does this from July to December 1944. January 1945, the Russians come in and basically siege the city of Budapest, and Wallenberg is taken by the Soviets. And January 17th, nobody saw him in public after that date, 1945. And that's why several countries, Canada, US, spread out. In London, there's a statue of him. A lot of places that have huge Jewish populations. Tel Aviv has a statue of him. They recognize this man for his heroism. And also because the body was never discovered, there were investigations blaming the Soviets for killing him. So it's unfortunate ending to a brilliant story. And he was inspired by a film, Pimpernel Smith, with Leslie Howard, which was an updated version of The Scarlet Pimpernel. Two great movies, highly recommend. So anyway, Raoul Wallenberg, you are a hero, and we celebrate you tomorrow on The Hero Show. We'll see you then.